As I sit here Saturday morning, it's October 25th, 2025, living in the USA. There's a lot of conversation about food stamps benefits getting cut. So the government didn't give anyone any notice, no 90-day period, nothing to give anyone a heads up to how to plan for the future and what to do next. I personally believe it's purposely done to create chaos and attack the people who do rely on food stamps. So this is not really about they shouldn't cut food stamps or anything like that. It's not about that. My issue is the government not giving the beneficiaries any time to figure out what they're going to do next. I understand if the government doesn't want to continue to help people feed themselves and their children. I don't have a problem with that. Okay, that's okay. But part of the reason that makes the USA a great country or a superpower is the benefits the country gives to its citizens and those who are here legally. So right now we're dealing with people who have no idea how they're going to feed themselves, how they're going to feed their children because they've been relying on this benefit. So there are people saying, well, the government shouldn't be feeding you or your children. Okay, that's fine. We understand that. But damn, at the same time, the government can give some type of notice. And it's just not sitting well with me. And it has nothing to do whether or not I know people who's getting food stamps or if I'm getting food stamps. It doesn't matter. That has nothing to do with it because at the end of the day, I'm a single person and I have a job. I work. So I don't qualify for food stamps. The people I know, they have jobs. They don't qualify for food stamps. There's certain criteria you need to qualify for food stamps. So it's not about, whether or not the government should give people food stamps or if it's going to affect me or people that I know. When things happen and it's just not right, it's just not right, whether or not it affects me or anyone else. So I want to talk to the people, especially the mothers, because I know how hard it is if you do rely on those benefits and how scary it's going to be if you don't get it next month in November. Okay, so what I'm gonna say, I'm not judging, and it's gonna be firm and raw, but it's just the truth. It's the truth. I want mothers or anyone relying on government assistance and food stamps to see and take this as a warning. This is what your government is willing to do to you. Take it as a warning. Take it as a lesson. Okay, so now what's the plan? Now that you know your government can literally just pull the carpet knowing damn well you may have, a few cans of food in your pantry. It's the end of the month. But people don't have pantries full of food that's going to last them a few months. Most people don't. That's why they're receiving food stamps. If they had money to buy food, they wouldn't have food stamps. And I don't want people talking about how these people buy expensive stuff. I understand all that. Some people do probably waste money on extra shit. But the point right now is the government did not give anyone any notice. And this is my focus This is my thought for this video. It is not about who should receive it and who shouldn't receive it. It's the fact there was no notice given to people. And it's set up that way to create fear and chaos and insecurities. As mothers, if you have children, especially young children who are picky, when you make food, you have to make 3 different types of food because one person might eat this, the other person doesn't want to eat it. I understand all that. I once had young children. I once relied on food stamps. Even if I didn't, it's still valid that the government should give some type of notice. Telling somebody 2 weeks prior they're not going to receive something they need to survive is wrong. And that's the point I want to make in this video. I want to encourage mothers to come together. I've been saying this for years. I'm not the first woman who have said this. You need to come together and bring your resources together. Okay? That's what you need to do right now. You need to find your local pantries and organizations that have food. Start piling. Go to different locations. Go to all the churches. Start putting food away right now. There's a big part of me that feel like this is all rage bait. The president, the government, whoever is in charge, they're just saying that shit just to get reaction. But the lesson in this is they can actually take it away from you. They can wake up one day and say, we're not going to give you this. Food is a necessity, especially when you don't have money to buy it on your own. Mothers need to come together. Okay? And if you're a woman who have issues with coming together with other women, this is only the beginning. And I'm going to say something that's going to be touchy, but I don't care because it needs to be said. We live in a first world country, and we talk all the time about third world countries. So there are mothers right now in third world countries. Come in November, they will be able to feed their children, and they're living in a third world country. And here we are in a first world country, superpower country. There's a possibility that people will not be able to feed their children. And I want mothers and women who rely on government assistance to take this as a lesson and a warning. Find ways to put yourself in a position where you never have to worry about this again. No one will be able to stop your children from eating because this is what they're doing. They're putting people who rely on the government assistance to not feed. They're putting them in a situation where they can't feed their children. It's sad, it's scary, and it's stressful. And something else is the fact that people put their trust in the government. If your government can all of a sudden just not provide a benefit with no notice, I understand if we're at war and a nuclear bomb drops and the food stamps office closes. Yes, I understand, but we're not in that place, at least not yet. They could have given a 90-day notice. So I want mothers to really see this for what it is, learn from this, See it as a lesson and make preparations. Because at the end of the day, you are responsible for your children. Whether they eat and drink and they have a safe place to live, you are responsible for that. And if the government choose not to give to you, empower yourself and feel like, you know what? Fuck them. It's okay. I'm going to figure this out. My children will eat whether or not the government provides. And I know that's harsh and that's hard to hear, but it's the truth. What are you going to do if they don't give the food stamps? Go march and waste energy? What do you do? Be suicidal and take your frustrations out on your children because the government is not giving out the food stamps benefits? So right now you have to, as a mother, a woman, have a clear mind. Like, stand for your children. Use your intelligence. Use all your resources and create for your own children. Because obviously you can't trust the government to do that for you. In reality, we should have never trusted the government to take care of us to begin with. So now it's coming to a place where the government is showing you what's real, what they're not going to do. This is the time. If you have maternal instincts, if you have any type of power, if you're intelligent, if you're resourceful, it's time to use all of that. Your children will be all right because you are a mother. Your children will eat because you are a mother. You're going to get this shit together because you are a mother. You're going to do it and make it happen because you are a mother. This is a lesson and a warning. Take it, figure it out, don't look back. That's all I got to say. I'm just going to keep this just like this, and you can do it. So you can't take all your energy and be upset and be online and going into depression. It's not time for that. There's no time for that. Right now, it's time to figure it out. And that's my message for you today. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.